Hey guys, it's Audio D.
And the beef.
Let's talk about that there Nintendo press conference that lasted for 2 days. Two actual in-game, in real life days, not in-game days.
Nintendo.
It lasted for hours. We actually sat here and watched it for what, like 10 hours?
It was forever.
For one, it wasn't even a press conference, it was a treehouse stream. That's what they called it. So you got to see lots of games and stuff, and they got to show you lots of gameplay from each game because they didn't have a lot, so they wanted to pad it out. Thing is, they padded it out so fucking far that it literally lasted for 2 days.
They won in that they had like the one category in which they won E3 was that they had the game that had the most detail explained.
Yeah. Yes. And because it's such a big game, they could get away with that because the game is so massive. They're like, we barely showed you fucking anything. So, all right, but we're gonna talk about Zelda last. So hold on to your butts. We're gonna talk about the indie shit first.
Like get a firm clench on your keister.
Yeah, because let me tell you about Zelda, boys. I love me some Zelda. We'll get to it at the end though. All right.
Zelda.
So, Jolton Valhalla Edition. It's like all they said really about it was that it was there's the indie games.
Indie support.
They said that it's Norse. You see Yggdrasil, the life tree in the screen that they show us.
It's about ancestry and stuff.
It looks great. It kind of looks like Zelda actually. Like the graphics kind of look the same.
Yeah, it's like a top-down adventure title.
Yeah.
And it's really cartoony and cute.
Yeah, like everything Nintendo showed was cute, except for one game, and we'll get to that. Uh, Runbow Pocket, which is it's a really cool game. It looks more like a mobile game than a full-fledged game.
Apparently, it has a shitload of has a shitload of guest characters. So
Runbow with the platforms game.
apparently, Runbow is like really big for its guest characters. So
Oh.
I know almost nothing about it.
They showed like different robots, or again robots. They showed different like robots doing stuff, like jumping on different platforms. The color would change the screen, and you could jump on the platforms. And if the color of the screen changed with the platform would disappear with the background.
Yeah,
It was pretty cool. It was interesting. I probably would never be able to wrap my brain around it because I am not good at games.
you're fine.
But I think Beef will get it dead on.
You'll be okay
He'd do a good job getting it.
if you say so.
Account Verge is a Metroid clone. That's it. That's all it is. Like literally, that's all it is. If you saw gameplay of it, it's not even like, oh, it's a Metroidvania style game. No, it was Metroid with a different main character.
Yeah, slightly different animations and things.
Slightly.
But it's part of the genre of Metroidvania. So
Yeah, it is. But at the same time, this game was pretty much just Metroid.
kinda, yeah,
Sever is a hack and slash pop up book with puzzles. I wrote in my notes.
yeah. Pretty much.
That's
Like,
about.
I can't think of too much else to say about it. I mean, there was little puzzles that were cute. It was very indie. But I'm sure lots of people will buy it. And it was. It's not very often you see hack and slash with puzzles, so that's nice. That's neat.
That was neat. There was Box Boy 2.
I love Box Boy. Not the original Box Boy because I never got a chance to play it. Although I'm sure I'd love it too. But the art style and just the types of puzzles that it is, I love the look of it, and I definitely want to play it. It's so cute.
It is really cute.
It's cute. Apparently, a lot of the artwork is done by the same people who did the original Kirby's, and as far as like the art designers and things, and it's so goddamn cute.
It definitely looks fucking adorable. It just looks straight up precious.
Super simplistic. It's just a box with eyes and stick figure legs, going around doing things.
And you can change his costume, so you can make him a cat box.
Or a little child with the overalls and the cap.
Yeah. It looked really cute. And whenever he's extending his body to make more boxes so he can like move along the boxes, he like strains real hard. He's like, gotta get these boxes across. It's for what little graphics are in this game, they managed to do a lot with it.
And apparently, like any outfits you have unlocked in the first Box Boy will carry over into this new one if you have save data from the first one. So that's really cute. It's a nice little incentive they gave to people who liked the first one.
Yeah. And also they said that the first one is on sale right now. A lot of people have demos are out and stuff right now. At this year's E3 is basically the year of the demo. Like everybody has demos out.
Year of the demo or the beta.
Yeah. Okay, there's a new IP. It's not a indie game, but it's a new IP called Ever Oasis. It's for the 3DS. It was fucking great looking.
It did look very good.
It looked like, I wrote in my notes, it looks like Dark Cloud with shop maintenance, puzzle party solving, and real-time combat. So it plays it plays like Dark Cloud to me because you're building shops. Every time you come out of a dungeon, you add more to your shops, and you sell things to these adorable little fucking owl. What are they? Owl penguins?
Yeah,
And they're called newts.
yeah. It's Dark Cloud meets Final Fantasy. It's so great looking.
And the theme is like ancient Egypt.
And again, the characters are super cute, and the art style is super cute.
Yeah, it looks like this game. I can't wait to see this character in Smash Brothers because that's why Nintendo makes new IPs, right?
The guy who designed the characters for the first three, the guy who did the first three Final Fantasies and designed the Moogles and the Chocobos, he's the guy behind the art direction and the game in general. So you know it's going to look really goddamn adorable and play well.
It does, and those newts are the fucking best. And newts, because they have a lot of money, they dress really regally. So you see these newts wearing these big high collars and these fancy suits and dresses.
And there's dungeon exploring and neat puzzles and
puzzles that you can only solve with certain characters, and you can switch between your party characters to solve parts of the puzzle.
I imagine there's dungeons where you have to like get us to a certain point and then leave and come back with a different character.
Yeah, it looks like it can get deep with what little they have showed us so far. All right, a new thing. Let's see what else we have here in the list of things. There was a Yokai Watch 2 happened today, and I actually checked out. I checked out in a way like I went to sleep.
I literally also went up and went to bed. Not because it doesn't look good. It's pretty much Pokemon, except you battle 3 guys at a time.
And it's like ghosts or whatever. And there's a really terrible anime.
It's so based exclusively in Shinto Japanese culture that there's going to be a massive cultural barrier there for them trying to sell it in the West. And I'm not sure it'll sell that great, but maybe it will.
Because there is an anime, like I said, so maybe. And I'm sure it's probably on Cartoon Network or something.
It'll sell really well among, your otakus and weeaboos.
Yeah.
So, it'll have an audience, and I'm not saying it's a bad game. Nothing about it looked bad. I'm just concerned about the cultural barrier.
And how little we'll be able to get it. Like, we might just go, I don't fucking know what's happening in this game.
Because the way they described what yokais were was they said that they're like ghosts, but they're not ghosts. They're essentially ghosts, but they're not ghosts because Japanese culture says they're different from ghosts.
They're spirits.
By this vague thing that
they're spirits. They're not ghosts.
Go on about because it's complicated.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Well,
I think with them introducing it to the West, they could have like expanded on that and used some like, because there's ghost stories from all over the world. There's no reason why they couldn't have made yokais that like were based around like Native American spirit stories and things. That would have been really interesting to see.
I'm not sure
especially if they're debut. This is the first yokai game of the series that introduces the games to the West.
I'm not sure if this game was an anime first or an anime second, and that might have something to do with it.
It could.
All right. But yeah, like I said, I checked out not because it was late in the day or anything. It was about 4 in the afternoon, and I was just tired.
The demonstration for this game in particular, like, just dragged on way too long. Like, I got it in the first, like, 5 to 10 minutes, and then they just kept going.
Because I think it was trying to compensate for not really having much to show. That they were just like, fuck it, let's just have it drag on forever. Okay, so let's move on from Yokai Watch and go to Monster Hunter, which we barely know much about. So I'm gonna just get it out of the way real quick. Except for it's a new Monster Hunter. It's multiplayer. You can play as one of those adorable little cat dudes now.
Which is great. I wish I could remember what they were called. Someone can put it in the comments, but
please put it in doobly-doo.
I love those things. They're so fucking precious.
It's coming out.
They steal from you. That's annoying.
Yes, you can attack the enemy in different ways, like aerial or underneath or from the side, whatever. And also, if you're doing a super attack, which I think are new as well, when you're doing a super attack, it does not disrupt the other players.
Oh shit!
So like you could be doing a super attack, and another player can also be doing a super attack of their own, or a regular attack. You just double penetrate this monster.
That's the whole idea. Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. And they showed
quadruple penetration.
Yeah, the monster that they did show in the gameplay footage. This is for 3DS, by the way. What they did show in the gameplay footage was this cool electric dragon that does like fucking flips and electric smacks you with its tail. It was really cool. Monster Hunter has really fucking cool monster designs. I would love to run a Dungeons and Dragons campaign that's just Monster Hunter. Okay, now I think it's time for the Beef to get upset about Tokyo Mirage Sessions FC. I just wrote in my notes, oh dear.
I've had my time to simmer down from it, but like I'm not the biggest Fire Emblem fan in the world, but I can tell you if I was a diehard fan of the series, I would be furious at what they showed. Because what they showed is pretty much a more obnoxious rip-off. It's pretty much just a really, really obnoxious rip-off of Persona.
Yeah, at first, because I remember I checked out. This came on after the Yonkai Ghost game.
Like, the aesthetics of the menus, the way that the characters are designed when they're not turned into Fire Emblem characters, because they turn into Fire Emblem
The
characters.
fact that they can even do that. The fact that they can turn into Fire Emblem characters.
Yeah. Well, usually the personas are like behind the guy, but even then they call it performas. Tell me that's not some kind of a ripoff.
Is it a ripoff, or is this part of the Persona franchise, the Mirage?
The aesthetics of the game, of like the games itself, is like, oh, look at all the TV screens that are watching you and shit, and that's like blatantly lifted from Persona 4.
But I'm saying, like, is Mirage part of the Persona like license?
I have no idea.
Because I know Shin Megumi Tensei, I had no fucking idea that was Persona.
Yeah.
For a long time, until you told me. And I was like, oh shit, that's part of the same thing? So is Mirage part of the same license?
If it is, then that explains a lot, but like, oh boy. Again, this is the thing where it's going to have a certain audience among those same people who like the other thing.
Yokai Watch.
Yokai Watch. But
Just otaku shit.
Although I imagine people will be that same audience will be more passionate for this.
This audience looks like my sister is really big into Vocaloid, so I think that she would love the fuck out of this game.
Yeah,
like would unabashedly love the shit out of it.
Yeah,
but it doesn't look like it is for me.
Personally, I couldn't give two shits about Vocaloid or like Japanese pop culture and the whole idea of like idols and shit. Whereas this game is blatantly obsessed with it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what the fuck ever?
Because they had like attacks where you like teamed up and were like singing a monster to death.
There was a long singing cutscene as an attack.
And like the person presenting it was really excited about it because I guess that's her job. But I mean, like, I just couldn't bring myself to be as excited.
I found a lot of it cringeworthy, but that's just me.
Yeah,
like, it's
I'm not the audience for it.
It's like a collage of the worst anime tropes, like just shy of like if they threw in more jiggle physics and panty shots, it would have been the absolute perfect like
anime game.
It would have been not the perfect anime game. No, it would have been the perfect collage of the worst anime tropes to exist.
But yeah, and if you are a fan of Fire Emblem and you wanted a Fire Emblem game, well, here you are. This is it.
Except that this is not Fire Emblem. This is definitively nothing like a Fire Emblem.
I don't know if that means that I'm sure they'll continue Fire Emblem as it is.
It has Fire Emblem characters in it, but beyond that, it's nothing like a Fire Emblem.
Yeah, no.
There's no grid to be seen. It's turn-based combat, which I usually like, but here it just doesn't seem to work.
Yeah.
Or it does, but it doesn't work for me because a lot of it is just watching the game.
Yeah, a lot of it is watching the game, especially when the characters are having these long conversations with each other.
Well, these really long combos that are played out through like just a massive cutscene and you're not really doing anything.
Like, the presenter had to like fast forward a shit ton of actual like dialogue to get to battle scenes.
She had to mash the A button. And
she was mashing forever. I was like, holy shit, when does fucking talking stop? Also, it's a dating sim. There's some dating sim nonsense of it.
There's some dating sim nonsense in it, which carried over from the last Fire Emblem, apparently. But
oh god, really?
Yeah.
Fire Emblem sounds like it's taking a beating.
Yeah, the Fire Emblem series, unfortunately, is going down a direction that I think is kind of really
lame,
really weird, and I am not interested. But if you are, fine.
That's great. I'm not. I don't care.
It's not my cup of tea.
All right, so now let's move on to some games that some more games. I'm trying to see which one like matters from most important. Mario Party Rush. Good on you. Yeah. Mario Party Rush is a game that is Mario Party, but in a rush, which is why it's named that.
Everyone takes their turns at the same time.
But not in the way that the last Mario Party did.
Yeah.
Everybody rolls separate dice at the same time so that nobody is waiting for anything ever. Everything is you're involved during everybody's turns. So
I feel like this is what they wanted to do when they made the car for the Mario Party. What was it? 10?
I think it was 10.
but that was lame, whereas this is good. Like,
Yeah.
they wanted to create that whole thing of like, oh, everyone's invested in every single turn and nobody's ignoring anything.
Mm-hmm.
But this time around, they did that rather than having you share the same spot on the board. They did it by having everyone take their turn at the same time.
Yeah, and I mean it works a little bit better because you don't have that moment of sitting around waiting.
Or looking at your phone because you're just waiting for Grandma to finish her turn. And,
Yeah.
damn it, Grandma, why do you always pick Toadette? She's lame.
So that's great. I will fight you.
She's cute, though.
So that is cute.
Yeah, she is cute.
All right.
So is Toad, but just those voices, man.
All right. So yeah, there's also mini bosses strewn about the game. Also, this game is gonna give you the fucking Waluigi amiibo.
Moby.
You're gonna finally get a Waluigi amiibo.
Bless.
Yes.
Waluigi.
Beef is very excited about Waluigi amiibo.
Waluigi is... He's my muse.
I'm glad. I'm glad you have him. All right, the next game on the list here is, because I'm trying to look at the most important to least important. Mario Party Paper Mario Color Splash. It looks amazing. It looks, again, graphics, but this game takes the graphics in a different tone. Everything is paper. Before it was like, yeah, I think the background is flat. Now things look like they're literally made of paper craft, and they're folded and taped, and there's some parts of the level of the game that are cardboard.
The coins look like cardboard because when you see the sides of them, they got like that wave pattern that you see in a piece of cardboard when you cut it.
Yeah, that same wave pattern was the ground. There was a part of the level where like a Shy Guy cut the ground and it rolled up, and it was rolled up cardboard, and Mario couldn't get past that anymore. There's like a scene where like the Toad was on a sailboat that was like a sailboat with a fucking popsicle stick sail.
Yeah,
it was fucking adorable. It was also a paper boat, like when you fold a boat and put it in the water kind of thing. This game looks fucking adorable. You attack with paint because it's pretty much like Mario. You said it was like Epic Mickey.
It's a little bit like Epic Mickey, where you gotta like restore color to the world by like using your paintbrush. Only this time it's a paint hammer.
It's not even the whole world. Like just splotches of the world are missing color, and there was a really fucking. It's not. I don't want to say dark, but it was like a bit morbid.
It's dark if you think about it.
Yeah, because these are stickers, your characters, right? And the Toad stickers were all blank because they had the color drunk out of them by a Shy Guy who was drinking the color out of them with a straw. And you had to watch your Toad get
the
Toad get the color drank out of him while he's screaming. And it's like, oh my god!
Which is the funniest thing about that is Mario and Peach like caught the Shy Guy when he was halfway through. The Shy Guy looked at them, then just went back to the straw and finished his job.
And fucking finished eating him. I was like, whoa, this is fucked. This is a game I would definitely 100% purchase on the Wii U.
Oh yeah.
This game is great. This is a buy.
It is a buy. And the battle system was based on like cards, which I was like, ugh, at first, but then I saw how it worked, and I was like, all right, that really works.
Yeah.
Because you only have so much of certain colors of paints, and you need to actually color the cards in order to use them, but you can color them and then use them later.
Yeah, and the paint that it's saying is the paint this paint meter, and that's the same paint you're using to paint cars, the same paint you're using to paint the world and restore Toads.
And you get paint back by like destroying things like smashing some blue flowers. You can get some blue paint back.
Smashing some enemies, like when you hit the enemy, sometimes you smash the paint out of them. So when the enemy dies, you get their paint. And also certain things in the world that are half painted, you can't interact with until you fully paint them. And also Mario gets his health back by relaxing in the sun on the beach. Mm-hmm. It's great.
And you can summon in combat. You can summon ally. You can summon allies to fight beside you and take damage for you by like, if you beat a certain number of a enemy, you get a card with that enemy on it. That when you color it in and then use it, that enemy will appear next to you as an ally and can take hits for you and give you an additional attack with that. And we'll do an additional attack in addition to whatever you pick to do as an attack.
This game is well put together.
Yeah.
I am excited. I'm actually really excited for this game. I didn't even know this game was coming.
There's never been a bad Paper Mario.
No, Paper Mario is a good franchise.
It really is. It's a franchise that's not like the virtues of it are not touted enough, man.
I feel like we need to make a video a video that is just Zelda, by the way, because there's so much. But let's see if we can get through. Let's see if we can get through this. Okay, so the next thing, speaking of Mario, yeah, actually no, it's not Mario. It's Pokemon Go.
We got to get through the Pokemons.
There's two Pokemon stings. Pokemon Go. We got to see a lot about it. Pokemon types are in places that they would be. So if you want a water Pokemon and you have a river in your town, like Beef does, you can go down to the river and catch water Pokemon.
Yeah, I can get my favorite Pokemon, Magikarp.
Yes.
He's not actually my favorite. Please don't hurt me.
My favorite, one of my favorites is Gyarados. And
Gyarados
I will,
is pretty great.
and so yeah, I'm gonna go get I'm gonna get a Magikarp on Canada Day when we go down. if we can actually get the beta, I'm not sure if everybody's allowed to
I hope you get a side duck.
fiddle with it yet. I'll be so mad. I'll be so
I
fucking
hope you get a
pissed.
side duck. 'Cause they're doing
Also,
duck races. It's
apparently
great.
there's gyms. I don't know how the gyms work, but apparently there are gyms you can go to and fight your
It's just-
Pokemon.
It's just Nintendo forcing, like, tricking you into going to an actual gym.
So yeah, you're at an actual fucking gym and you're like, excuse me, do you have a membership? No, but I really need to catch this Machop. Like, I really need to catch him. He's over there working
Get out
out.
of here, nerd.
God damn it, yeah. And because like a lot of people are worrying about, oh no, I'm looking at Pokemon all day instead of fucking, I'm looking at Pokemon instead of the road or stuff in front of me. The new Pokemon, they're gonna have a Pokemon
The road.
Yeah. There's a peripheral now that lets you capture Pokemon without looking at your phone or using your phone.
Looks like a stylish pin or bracelet.
Yeah.
Lapel pin or bracelet.
It's shaped like a "You Are Here" dongle on like a digital
Google
map
Maps.
on Google Map, but it's a Pokeball. It's Pokeball colored, and there's a little light in the middle that glows different colors depending on what's going on. It also vibrates, so Pokemon are near.
Yeah.
So like, it's really cool. And they said it's called Pokemon Go Plus. It's like $34. It's $34.99, which is like
For the version that comes with that.
it's a bit steep in price for me, but I'm like, I don't care. Like, it's a lot cheaper than most of the other things at this event, and it's cool and it's fashionable. You can there's different Pokeballs in the game, and there's Pokédolls, and there's evolution, and all that shit. It's Pokemon on the go. Right now, it's only console stuff,
Yeah.
but I'm excited as fuck for it.
It's only the first 150 so far.
Yeah.
Although a lot of people will be like, good.
Yeah. They said that they're going to be adding Pokemon sporadically to the world. Also, there are rare Pokemon that you can only find in certain places. So, yeah, this is going to be pretty cool. Speaking of Pokemon being able to be found near the water, what are you going to do for fire-type Pokemon?
I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to go to a volcano.
Shit. Let's get in the car and let's drive to the volcano.
I'll have to trick the app by making a big bonfire.
Yeah. I feel like that's the case. Alright, so Pokemon Go looks fucking fantastic, and I want to play it right now. Let's really quick talk about some of the new stuff we learned about Pokemon Sun and Moon, which wasn't much. They said that they wanted the Pokemon to be super cute. There's a bag lunch on the table. I wrote that in my notes.
I don't know if that does anything, but it was a nice little touch.
They mentioned a bracelet having something to do with Pokemon Go. I'm not sure if this is not Pokemon Go. There's something a big deal with a bracelet in the game. I'm not sure if that's the in game or if that's a bracelet, if that's an outside of game thing, a peripheral you have to buy. I don't know what that is.
Both the characters in the game had the same bracelet. Like, every character of both genders that you could pick in the game had a bracelet as part of their default thing, and people were making assumptions that had something to do with an in-game mechanic.
They did say that the bracelet is something, but they can't say just yet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what is? So what else did I write down? Walking looks great. And if you're walking up a hill, you're gonna struggle walking up that hill.
And walking through grass, you walk like Vince McMahon.
Yes. And like, so I'm like imagining how walking on different surfaces like wet mud or stuff like that works. The screen kind of dims when you come close to a opponent.
To another person who actually will fight you.
Yeah.
So that you never make the mistake of, oh, this person wants to fight, and then you walk up to them and talk to them, and they're just a person who talks.
Yeah.
So you wasted your time pushing the A button.
They're just like, shorts are comfy and easy to wear. I'm not gonna fight you. That's it. I just wanted to let you know. I mean, we're in Hawaii, so like, you need comfortable shorts.
Mm.
And apparently, in the game, the character just moved to Hawaii. I originally thought the character was like visiting Hawaii, like visiting his cousin or something, but no, the character and his mom just moved to Hawaii, or his or her mom. All right, so there are going to be battle royals in this game where it's a free-for-all fight, where there's time limits, and the time limit they showed us in the game was like 60 minutes, and it's like, holy shit.
Yeah, I think they only did that so they wouldn't run out of time in the demonstration.
Yeah. But they're saying there's time limit, fatal 4-way free-for-alls. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? So, like, but they said the first
Language.
person to not, oh, yeah, sorry, this is Nintendo, Treehouse. They said that first person to lose, the person who made them faint is the winner of the free-for-all.
Yeah, the first person to make the last Pokemon on any other team faint wins.
And it's 6-on-6 battles. Like, shit can get cray.
It's 6-on-6-on-6-on-6.
Fuck. This sounds insane.
Because there's 4 teams.
Yeah. I think there could be up to 4 teams.
I imagine there's also a mode that is last Pokemon standing as well.
Yeah, there might be more
Or
different
last
modes.
team standing.
But we only saw these, but yeah, you're right. That might just be a different mode.
Because that seems like a one that more people would actually want.
Yeah.
And you have to, when it's your turn, you have to pick which of the other 3 Pokemon you're attacking. Unless you're probably attacking with something that just attacks everything, like Earthquake or Surf.
Yeah, which does, in fact, attack everything across the entire Battle Royale field.
Yeah.
And I wrote custom outfits. I can change my outfit, y'all, in Pokemon.
Spikes on everything.
Y'all, like, I played, I think it was Pokemon, the one with Emeralds. Which one was that?
What?
Which generation had Emerald in it?
Oh, shit. Put me on the spot here. Yeah. I want to say 3rd or 4th?
One of those gens, I remember.
It's easy to lose track, man.
The one with the female character is May from the Pokemon TV show. I purposely did not choose that character because I will not be May. No. So I was the male character in that one. So, like, thinking about the different costumes makes me go, oh shit, I don't, even if I pick a female character for myself this time, I don't gotta be May. I can wear a different hat. So there's that. I'm super excited about different hats. Pokemon got me excited for hats, y'all. Alright, so that's Pokemon.
I think it was 3rd gen.
Yeah, probably. I think that's Pokemon Sun and Moon. I think we should start talking about Zelda now.
Yeah. How much time is...
We are into 27 minutes territory.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
We'll be fine. Let's do it. Fucking let's go.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Treehouse.
This isn't live.
Let's do it taped.
This
Treehouse.
is pre-recorded. It's not edited though. You get raw footage.
It's also not taped. Tape is archaic.
You're welcome.
It's recorded on a device. Alright, let's go. Zelda. Let's fucking go. It's called Breath of the Wild, and I am fucking hype. I am so hype.
It is the single best showcased game at all of E3. Without question. It's not even close.
Yeah. Second to that, though, is Battlefield 1, which is also showcased really well.
It was.
They literally had this game going for about 6 hours on the Treehouse stream yesterday. From when we were recording this. So that was Tuesday. Or was it? Yeah, it was Tuesday. And I watched the whole fucking thing. Because, boys, let me tell you, it was a good time. I could not turn away. It's a beautiful looking game, again, like all these games, but it has a different, unique style. They said that their style is supposed to mimic anime.
They committed sacrilege.
And in which way?
A Legend of Zelda with a jump button.
Yes, but there needs to be a jump button. This game kind of is like Zelda. If you took Legend of Zelda and smashed it together with Skyrim, and you have Breath of the Wild.
But they absolutely committed Legend of Zelda sacrilege, but nobody's against it.
Everybody's like, that's fine.
Because the way that they did it is great.
Yeah.
They combine like the climbing mechanics of Shadow of the Colossus with Zelda with like survival mechanics, like you can freeze to death or you have to cook things. You have to scavenge. It's great. It looks good.
All right, so
There's more detail we can go into.
I'm looking at a list of stuff that they talked about this game. Yes, technology. Okay, Link wakes up in this cave, and he's woken up by a mysterious voice. We don't know who, and he wakes up in
Probably Fee.
It's probably Phoebe. He wakes up in this, or it's the goddess Hylia. Who knows?
Or it's Navi.
Oh God, he wakes up in this pool of water.
Fee is worse than
So people are already speculating because he wakes up in a pool of water. He is the Link that was promised, and the Link that was promised means that in Wind Waker they said that hey, there's supposed to be a Link, and a Link never showed up. And so the world got flooded. Oops. The Link that was some people are speculating that this is the Link that woke up, that was supposed to wake up before the flood but didn't.
Yeah.
So that's what the speculation is. So this is after Wind Waker, according to some people, because the Koroks exist all over the place, and they had a job of draining the water from the world, and it looks like they worked pretty hard and they got some of that shit done. So this might be a game super far at the end of the timeline. All right, so you get a phone, you get a smartphone called the Sheikah Slate, and I was really
It is the smartphone.
it's a
Which is what
smartphone.
we're recording this on. But
Yeah,
still, it has apps.
it does. It 100% has apps on it. It has a fucking camera on it that lets you mark things.
Need a magnet? Magnet? There's an app for that.
I was so against this at first, but then I was like, whatever. What the fuck? I don't care. Zelda.
Need to stop time itself? There's an app for that.
Need to summon your wolf self from another life?
There's an app for
There's
that.
an app for that. Oh, we'll get into that in a minute. You said Link can jump. You can play with your shirt off, which intrigues a lot of people.
And one of the demonstrators is being gross by demonstrating that for a little bit uncomfortably too long.
She was like, yeah, he has no shirt on. And I'm like, how old is this Link, y'all? I don't want to be the person to spoil this for you guys, but how old is this Link? If this Link is old as the hero of time in Ocarina at the end, that's fine. He's legal. Not sure if this Link is legal.
Legal Link.
Until we can discern how legal this Link is, y'all need to put it in your pants. Like, we need to wait and see if Ganondorf's hot first.
Yeah. Depending on his age, it depends on whether or not you want to see his Deku sticking nuts.
That's right. Or it might be illegal and the guards of Hyrule might have to drag your ass away.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and the thing is, if you start the game without a shirt and you're like in swim trunks. So, like, if you are playing the game and you go to a cold place, Link starts to fucking get really cold. He starts freezing, like, right
He'll
away.
actually take damage.
Yeah, he'll take cold damage. And it's adorable to see him cold, and it's like immediately I'm like, oh no, fucking help him!
He
And
gets the chattery teeth.
he gets chattery teeth, and you can get like a warm layer of clothing to put on. Because if you have just a shirt on, Link's still gonna be cold, not as cold, but he'll still be cold. You have to have like a padded shirt, and you get shirts from like all over, and you get a shirt from this old man who helps you. People are speculating that the old man is the king of Hyrule. Just there's a lot of speculation going around.
I'm speculating that he's literally the old man from the first Zelda.
Then he's dead. That man is dead.
You don't know, that could be a prequel.
You're right. It could be. All right. So
He looks like a younger version of an old man. So maybe it's young old man.
young old man. Where is that from? God damn it.
Old man.
That's gonna drive me crazy for the rest of the day. Yes, Link can climb, but he has a stamina bar. It's not a bar. It's a stamina circle. So Link.
It's out of the classes.
It's Shadow of the Colossus in that way, yeah. So like he can climb up a mountain, and he can jump even up the mountain, but that takes a chunk of his stamina.
Just like Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah,
They've lifted the exact same system for climbing from that, but that's okay.
it's Shadow of the Colossus, Skyrim,
Shadow of the Colossus did it right. So
Zelda.
whatever.
Yeah, I love watching this happen. I don't care. This is great. He even fights a Colossus at some point in the demo.
The little one.
It's a little one. So he fights a golem.
It's a mini.
Uh,
It's a baby Colossus.
yeah, and he can climb stuff with just not just rocks but trees as well to get apples down, and he can just climb, and he can climb monsters as well. But he can't climb sheer surfaces.
Like smooth things.
I don't care how high you roll, you're not climbing a high surface.
Yeah, like smooth walls and pillars and things.
Yeah. So, alright. Then, you can get food, and there's lots of food, and you can make food in these pots. You can cook food in a variety of ways. You can just set a fire by accident, and if food rolls into it, that food comes out as just plain hot, cooked food. The food will disappear if it cooks too long, though. It won't burn. It'll just, like, puff out of existence. So, they have, like, these steaks were a big thing, because you can hunt boars.
Boars and probably maybe deer and other animals.
We remember the
I
boars
saw a rabbit
from...
at one point.
Yes,
No one killed the rabbit.
There was
but I
also
did see a rabbit run
small
by.
lizards. I saw a small lizard run by.
I didn't know about that, but I did see a bunny at one point. No one ever attacked the bunny, but there was a bunny.
Yeah, we know that boars exist in the world because of Twilight Princess, and of course Ganon is a giant one, right?
Yeah.
But like, so you can get a steak, for instance, throw the steak into a fire, it cooks the steak. You can throw a steak plus water plus whatever into this pot of water, and it's like a wok almost.
Yeah.
And you could throw food in there, and it dances and becomes a meal. And you can make different meals that do for different things. You can make spicy food that lets Link kind of have cold resistance for a little while. You can make an elixir out of because you can find some like crickets or whatever, and mushrooms and truffles, and you can mix that together to make like either a shish kebab or a potion.
An elixir that like restores your stamina. if you're having a hard time climbing something,
Yeah.
or even food items that not just heal you but give you temporary extra hearts.
Yes. And I'm sure heart containers are still a thing in the world, but like for temp extra hearts, you make a hearty meal. And Link, when he eats food, he'll eat some food and he'll just stuff it into his mouth, right? And it's funny because he when he ate the steak, he just shoves the whole steak in his mouth and he's fine. A hearty meal, he'll eat with two hands and then pat his belly. Like that was fucking filling,
And
yo.
then there'll be a little twinkle off of his tongue. Like,
Yeah, the menu shows Link in the menu, so you could watch him react to stuff.
he's really expressive.
He's very expressive. This is like the most expressive Link's ever been. The if when you pop food into his hands, you have to hold food in order to cook it. If food just pops in his hand, he's staring down at it like, oh my god.
I can't wait to cook this.
Yeah, it's great. Like Link's expressions are great. There's these shrines that when you finish the shrine, you get a something like a magical item, like goes into your body.
A soul piece, I think.
A soul piece, yeah, goes into your body, and Link is like, oh my god, what did you do to me? Like he looks.
He looks at the camera like, ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, that was weird.
Link's expressions are my favorite goddamn thing.
He looks vaguely uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's like, eh. Usually, when I played Ocarina of Time, I just was like, Link's a big dummy. He walks around the world like, duh. This Link, yes, he's stupid, like all the other Links, but but he's not that stupid. Mm-hmm. He has high wisdom, not high intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
So
and he has high rule.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. What is that? Like every time we do one of these, there's a pun, I think?
No.
I'm squinting at him.
It's fine.
Alright.
Care.
So, they said that there are no hearts in the grass. You just eat. Which is good. I always thought that hearts in the grass were stupid. Especially when you... The thing I hated about Zelda, and this is one of the only things I hated, was when you're down to like 0.15 star, and it's doing that... 0.5 star. A 0.5 heart. And it's doing that annoying alarm noise to make you hurry up and get some health. Ah. And I would go into
does that shit too.
I hated that. I was like, oh god, shut up. Let me just cut some grass, get a heart. There, are you fucking happy? Are you satisfied? So this game, you don't really have that. If you before you go into a dungeon, it might be a good idea to forage some food, hunt some animals, and cook them before you go into the dungeon. Which sounds crazy for a Zelda game. I don't think I would have ever said that in my life.
Yeah, that's very Elder Scrolls-y. It's good.
Yeah, it's so good.
Only with Elder Scrolls, like, why bother? Because you can just make motions that are way better.
Yeah. Alright, you get a woodcutter's axe at some point, and with that woodcutter's axe, you can not only attack enemies, but you can cut down trees.
You can do that with any bladed weapon, actually.
You can cut down trees with any bladed weapon, though axe is just better at it.
The axe is better.
And the axe it takes longer to swing the axe, so you might want to use a sword to attack enemies. But when you cut down a tree, you can cut down a tree to make a bridge. You can cut down a tree and then cut down the log of that tree. If you cut it at an
angle well.
Yeah.
If you can't cut it at the right angle, you can make a bridge.
And if you don't, it'll fall down.
It's not scripted to make a bridge.
No. So you better be careful how you're cutting these trees. And if you cut the log of a tree, it'll turn into firewood that is nicely bundled. Because sometimes if you go to a cold place, you need to build a fire so Link doesn't die.
And so you can
from hypothermia, and also so you can cook. So yeah, this is fucking great. I'm just in love with this. All right, you get to Link's weapons and stuff are they deteriorate. They will fucking deteriorate on you. The shield.
There's a fucking troll. My language now. There's a trolling not master sword. It's just a rusty sword that breaks after you swing it twice.
Yeah.
It's in a rock on the middle of a pillar, and it looks like the master sword from far away. And then you get up to it, and it's just a rusty piece of shit.
And who knows? That might actually be the master sword.
Doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt. Yeah, it can't be. But you get excited, and you're like, "Wow, I found the master sword already. I'm the best." And then it's a piece of shit that breaks immediately. But you can get swords from people's houses. There are huts that Link can just steal stuff from, like the woodcutter's axe. He stole from the woodcutter. There are these like moblin enemies. What are they called? Koboblins now. Macablins. And they're moblins or goblins. They're a mixture of both. They're like pig goblins, and they attack you with
different weapons,
clubs and different weapons, and
and spears. Mostly.
You can knock weapons out of their hand, pick it up, and use it against them. And which is good because your weapon will break. The shield, you can attack them from kind of a distance, from like a mid-range distance with a spear.
And there's different charge attacks depending on what weapon you have, whether it's a spear, whether it's club, whether it's a sword.
And you know the spin attack off the jump. You don't have to learn the spin attack.
Whether it's an axe. Yeah, you have a different charge attack with all the different ones. The sword obviously is your standard, like, spin attack, but a spear is like a multi jab.
Yeah. And the enemies react differently. Like at night they'll go to sleep.
And a club is something else, and an axe is probably something else too.
Yeah. At night the enemies will go to sleep, and there's a sound meter on the bottom to show you how much noise Link is making.
And there's a sneak button.
And there's a sneak button, so Link can sneak up to these fucking sleeping goblins and kill them in their sleep. Or like, he can light an arrow on fire with fire. He can just take his knocked arrow, put it on some fire, light it on fire, and then shoot a flaming arrow into one of their sleeping hearts.
You can also make bomb arrows, but they didn't show how you make bombs, but they did.
And there is a bomb that's like infinite. There's infinite bombs
There's rolling bombs and there's square bombs that don't roll.
that sit in one place. Yeah, I think that the infinite bombs are a app that you get on your Sheikah slate.
I think that it was just something that they made for the demo.
The infinite bombs.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure you'd probably have to actually make or prepare bombs. But because and that for the demonstration they just gave Link infinite bombs so that they could show off all the things you could do with bombs.
Yeah. Looking at more of the notes here, you can scan the Wolf Link into the game. Twilight Princess Wolf Link. There's an amiibo, a new one that's coming out.
The HD remastered edition of Twilight Princess.
Yeah,
To be clear.
you can scan that Wolf Link with all the hearts from your HD, Twilight Princess game save,
yeah.
and he will be your companion. And he will once he dies, once he runs out of hearts, he's gone.
You have to wait in real life 24 hours.
Until you can summon him again, yeah. And he is your companion, because so far at the beginning you don't have Navi or Midna or somebody to be your companion. So Wolf Link is your companion. He hunts animals better than you because he's a wolf, and he's adorable, and he's great, and I love him.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's great, and I want him, but unfortunately his hearts will be shitty if I put him in my game.
Yeah. He appears in the world like digitally, like he just like in Twilight Princess, the way the Twilight stuff comes in. It's great. I love it. Let's see what else is here. They said
Shame you can't use him as a mount though. That'd be great.
the game has hunting, but you can be a vegetarian if you want, which is interesting.
You can be.
You can have a vegetarian run of this game, which I don't think Link would be personally. If I want to roleplay it as Link, I would not do it with he'd totally eat meat. You can blow up rocks for minerals and gems, so like you can get flint to light a fire, and you need flint to light a fire with the wood.
Mm-hmm. You just literally drop it right next to it, and then hit it with any bladed weapon, and poof, instant fire pit.
Yeah. Also, there's beehives. You can shoot the beehive and on top of moblins. You can shoot the bees. Will get fucking pissed and attack you, so be careful.
There's exploding barrels.
Yeah,
so you can roll at enemies or just shoot outright.
Or light on fire by accident and blow yourself up like we saw in the demo.
Damn it, Bill.
Damn it, Bill. Alright, so I'm trying to remember what else is in this game, because I wrote down some notes as well. The place is fucking huge. They showed us the map of where you start, and then they showed us the world map, and the place where you start is minuscule. And they were traversing and playing around in that for like 7 hours, 5 hours yesterday, and like 2 hours today, or an hour today. And all in that area. And they were doing new stuff every time. It's insane how big this world is. Okay, so the weather will actually affect things. We haven't seen rain, but we have seen when the sun sets, of course, Stalfos come out. Stalfos, my bad, will come out and try to attack you. You can, if you knock a Stalfos' head off, he will, and his body is still around, his body will pick the head up and put it back on. So you gotta destroy the skull. You can use an arm as a weapon.
You can pick up a Stalfos arm and just swing it around.
And the fingers will still be moving. It's fucking creepy. But you gotta destroy the head. The wind, we saw a windy part. And when Link was using, fire was blowing in the wind and lighting tall grass and stuff on fire.
In the direction of the wind.
That was fucking neat. And you could see the way the wind moves. So you're not just guessing with like looking at the leaves or something.
And also, like, clouds go overhead, and the sun will actually cast shadows wherever Dynamic weather system, yo.
I haven't seen rain yet, but I'm excited, and I think they want us to experience
They
rain.
said there will be snow.
There will be snow. There was snow that when he went to the.
Blizzards.
Yeah, we only seen like snow flurries when we went to the snowy land, the snowy part.
Yeah.
You could snowboard on your shield, a la the animated series of
That's
Legend of
important.
Zelda. And the thing is, though, your shield will erode if you do this. So you have to be careful about how much snowboarding you're doing on your shield.
Which I want to find a shield that just isn't impervious to snowboarding damage.
There's also a hang glider.
I think this game has a steep beat by like a mile.
Yeah, fuck a steep. Like, I don't want to play steep ever. I want this. Open world fucking steep. Fuck off.
This is the best snowboarding game that was shown at E3.
Yeah. The hang glider system is fucking awesome because you can like, because it's stamina to hold on to the hang glider, so you don't want to kill yourself if you're going off a cliff or something. But you can just let Link drop and at the last minute open up the hang glider again to catch yourself so you don't die.
Mm-hmm.
Great, so good, so good,
So good.
so good.
And of course, there's rafts with you can use like a leaf sword or something to fan the sail on it so you can steer. Because if
Yeah.
you fall in the cold water, it'll do damage to you even faster than just regular cold.
Yeah. And you can still go fishing. Hell, you could go bomb fishing. It's great. And I'm sure you can get an actual fishing pole later on and actually go fishing. And the fish have names. Like, it was like a Hylian bass or something like that. So I'm assuming there's a whole bunch of
Hylian
fish.
bass, yeah.
And it's probably a fish minigame that you can, like in Ocarina of Time. This is fucking dope. There is so fucking much. Including the trials you get to do. There are these trials that the Sheikah set up for the hero so that he can regain some skills.
Yeah, like mini dungeons.
Yeah.
Which I hope there's also really big dungeons too, but I like the idea of adding in mini dungeons so long as they're not the only dungeons.
Yeah, same. The mini dungeons are just there to show you, how to work the new apps you get on your Sheikah slate.
Uh-huh.
I'm fucking hype. I'm hype. Can y'all tell that I'm hype? I am so hype. I want this game
It looks great.
more than I want anything.
It looks like it's the best Zelda game
Yeah.
that they've made.
And all we saw was the first plateau, and it's the best Zelda game ever. All that it matters now, all that hint is Ganon hot? That is the quintessential question.
Please.
That will edge this game over as the best Zelda game of all time. Hot Ganondorf. Don't let me down. Don't let me down, Nintendo. I got my eye on you.
I'm curious how they segue into the actual main story.
They said where you have to go up. You have to go and talk to somebody in a certain direction. It's just they didn't go there.
We were worried that that your Sheikah slate would be another fucking Fee or Navi where it's like constantly telling you to stop doing what you're doing and go to a certain place. But it only came up like once or twice in the entire demonstration, so.
Yeah, it came up the first time when you wake up, and then the second time when you leave the thing, and you're after a little while of exploring, it's like, hey, you may want to go over here. But it only did it the once. It didn't constantly come up and go, hey!
Do the damn game.
Yeah.
Do the story.
It was like, you can decide to just fuck around the plateau for the rest of your life and not save anyone. If you so choose.
Mm-hmm.
You could just play a fucking run of that game where you just live in the plateau and you just live as a hunter. Like, that's it. It's fucking great. And you could play a fucking survival game. It's great, and I love it, and I want more of it. And I think that's it, right?
More or less.
I mean, there was a ton of Zelda stuff, and we can't be here for an hour. So, yeah. It was great.
I was really impressed by Breath of the Wild, and I want to play it. Oh, I'm curious how many saves there are, and if it's the traditional 3 or what. But
Yeah, I want to know about that, too.
damn.
That's a good
and
question.
This game also kind of makes me want to get Twilight Princess HD, just so I can level up the wolf,
So you can hurry up and build up Wolf Link so that when you get him into your game, he's awesome.
so he's not shitty.
Yeah, and I think it's also it's kind of necessary. It's not necessary to have Wolf Link,
It feels nice.
but it feels awesome, and I think everybody will want that. So
Actually,
Nintendo, how about you motherfuckers making an excess of them, please, so that everybody can get one. Don't just make like 10 and then go, well, oops, there's a shortage.
Word.
All right, so that's it.
Also, they showed some other amiibos that were apparently functional with the game, but they weren't able to tell us what they did.
Yeah, because they're super
One
new.
was Archer Link, another was like Link on a horse,
And then one was the Guardian.
and another one was the Guardian, which is a really powerful enemy you can also fight in the game.
Yeah.
But they no word on what any of those amiibos actually do in game, but they're going to be a thing. So
I'm hype.
So that's really cool. I'm hype. I want to get a Wii U now.
Yeah, they sold the Wii U. Is it on the Wii U? I think so. There was no talk of the Nintendo NX that I saw. So
Yeah.
there might be a Nintendo NX, but who fucking knows?
Not me.
Yeah, that's it though. Fucking great presentation. I'm
I still
hyped.
say Sony wins E3, because like the actual Nintendo E3 showcase was just the Zelda and all the other stuff we said. Well, it's just Zelda and Pokemon Sun and Moon. Everything else we mentioned was the next day, which was not the official E3 conference presentation, but was additional stuff in an additional conference.
Yeah.
So,
And I mean Sega and Square Enix and it did some stuff too, but I was like,
comparing everything Sony did, who was winning so far, to two games that Nintendo showed, I still say Sony wins just based on how much they showed. But Nintendo definitely had the best game of E3.
yeah. And coming in second place is Battlefield 1.
Well, that's just as far as like.
I mean, in as entire.
People looked up, but
No, I mean in general. For me,
oh, okay.
the top 3 games for my E3 watching was, was Zelda, the Battlefield 1, and I'm not even sure what I can say was the game I was third excited about. Honestly,
Yeah.
I was just excited about those 2 games. We Happy Few probably because holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's it though. We need to wrap this up because it is running long.
Yeah, it is.
Alright, gang, that was E3.
Yeah, I'm glad you were able to join us for either just this one, which is long, or all of them, or just a couple of them, whatever. I'm glad you guys gave us some views and attention.
Yeah.
Give me more attention.
Definitely come and hang out with us next week when the Let's Play should make a comeback.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, definitely.
Yeah. We will see. Alright, that's it, guys.
Toodaloo.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Bye-bye.